All right, welcome back, guys. We are back chatting trucks. Grant from Living Like Kings.
Tyson from Roman and a Ram.
And we're just going to talk about our canopies and accessories that we have in them for full-time travel and just seeing our beautiful country. So what have we got? We have both gotten concept canopies.
Yep.
Why? Firstly, the weights. Okay, so we can talk about weights first, shall we?
Yeah.
May as well, straight off the bat. It's the lightest we've seen. They are so well built.
I've had 3 canopies now.
You've had 3 canopies.
2 others, I won't mention any brands.
Yeah.
Both of them double the weight. Double.
So dry, mine weighs 250 kilos. No, with no weight. No gear, no nothing in it.
And mine's 286.
286.
Yeah, and just 0 internals, the 4 boxes, trundle drawer, water tank, and the canopy itself.
Wow. So when you consider what our payload is,
actually, here's a quick one. We did so when I was with Mitch and the boys at Concept, they had a Ram there. It was stock standard. Okay, they took it, weighed it, came in at 3.6, whatever it came in at. I've actually got the paperwork, so I got the proof. And anyway, they brought it back. They lifted the tub off. They put the canopy on and the 4 boxes and the trundle door and that, and they went back to weigh it just for shits and gigs. Guess the difference. Like the difference between a stock standard and like with the canopy, but no internals, no accessories, no water, no power, no fridge.
Couldn't guess.
Guess how much more it weighed? 70.
What?
70 kilos more than the tub was the canopy. And
Wow.
I've got full paperwork to prove that. Like it was actually put on scales and weighed, and it was 70 kilos more. So effectively, these canopies weigh less than, say, putting a tub topper canopy on, like your fiberglass.
That's crazy.
Or your RSIs or all those different brands that are out there, whether it's aluminium, stainless, fiberglass.
Yeah, wow.
So and no matter which way you go, excuse me, sorry, no matter which way because some people are going to go, yeah, but that's without everything inside it, blah, 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 blah. If you do a tub topper, you're still going to chuck a couple of drawers in there, a fridge, a water tank,
battery system.
Yeah, so whether you're putting
water bladder, whatever.
Whether you're putting it in that or you're putting it in a tub topper, you're putting it in.
Exactly.
Everyone used to go, oh, canopies are just too heavy, but not anymore.
That's not the case. No. Hey, so over a year ago, we found concept canopies. We did do a comparison. We got so many quotes from other manufacturers, and by far these guys were the best because of the fact that I don't like to be told no. Okay, so we wanted a certain layout. Well, no, you get this layout,
or this, or this,
or this, or this, and this, and that, and you'll be happy doing that. Well, no, I won't. I want this. Well, we don't do that, so no. Okay, so you're heavier. You told me no, and you're more expensive. All right, then. Well, it makes my decision really easy. I'll just go with concept. And the guys have been tops. Hey, like
where I was that stupid guy that said yes to the people that said no to me twice.
And you're more that way than I am. Like,
I know. I know.
Yeah, you like what you like, and you won't listen to anyone else, which is good and bad. But like,
yeah, I know
that was bad in that situation. But for us, I wanted to spend as little, weigh as little, and get as much more for my buck as I possibly could, and that's what we really achieved with the concept canopy. We are both stoked. We got ours. You saw ours and went, it's how much?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw yours. I liked it. I saw yours. And I liked how lightweight construction, but still has all the tracks and everything everywhere. And like you told me your weights, and then I was like, yeah. And like then you guys went and did the Gib. You did half of Australia, you came back, like, because that's the biggest test at the end of the day.
For sure.
Is out there on the corrugations, the dust of this, of that. But you guys went and did it, and you came back with 0 issues.
Yep.
And then I was like, here's the money.
Yep.
Like
the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's when you went, I'm biting the bullet, I'm putting the money down, you sold your old one.
Yeah.
And you sold it pretty quick too, eh?
I was surprised how quick I sold that. I took a bit of a loss, took like probably 40% loss in the price, but oh well, you get that. But the product I've got now, I love it.
You've got so many more toys in there, it's crazy.
For me and Alana, we wanted to be able to do all of our cooking externally. One, to save a bit of the battery power because we run gasless on the van, but to save a bit of battery power for like the aircon and all that kind of stuff. But two, with the young fella and an expanding family, if he's asleep, I don't have to tiptoe inside and try to make food. I can just come outside, pull out my whole kitchen and do everything. Everything. More outside than I can actually in the caravan.
Yeah, wow.
So, yeah, I was pretty stoked with that.
That's why you set them up the way we've set them up. And, you know, you don't want to be you don't want to be putting the stuff in it and then chewing up the payload because you don't have much in there to begin with because all the payload of the vehicle has been taken up by the canopy.
Exactly.
So
you get this mad-looking canopy.
Yeah.
It's got all these drawers and slides.
But you can put, you know, a tossed salad in the back and that's about it.
Maybe 2 beers. Yeah. So, anyway, let's go take a look at yours.
Right. So one of the other things that I really, really love about what sets the concept canopies apart is you've got a kid, right? I mean, I might have some alcohol in one hand.
A puppy.
So I can just one-handed. There's no dual handle whale tail locks or nothing like that. It's just one handle, up she goes.
And there's no grabbing from one corner and when you pull on one
and
corner.
Flexing the whole thing. There's none of that. Like, it's just quality build, you know. I went real simple because I didn't know what I wanted. It was our first canopy. I didn't know what to look for, what to get, what not to get.
Yep.
You've had 3.
And I used to fit them out.
Correct. So he had you had a very good idea as to what you wanted.
And I was still the stupid guy that went and bought the generic ones.
Anyway, so I went basic as. So I didn't go a battery pack. I had a 125 NH5 lithium battery from our old Land Cruiser and some of the electrical gear. That's in this currently. After traveling with it for a year, I want a bit more extra juice in it, so it's going to get upped sometime soon. I wanted the extra space up here because this can be wasted space. In hindsight, I probably don't need the 2. I might just have the 1.
It's all right, I'll still one off you because I don't have one.
Yeah, well, there you go. And so this will get changed around. So I've learnt some things, which we're going to try and improve very, very shortly. The boys are going to try and zhuzh it up a bit for me, the guys at Concept.
Make it a bit bougie.
Bougie. So there's a few things that I didn't get that I should have. And I didn't really listen to the boys. It's a bit scuffed because I didn't have tie-down points. I didn't have like carpeting and insulation. So however, those things will be sorted out later on.
And however, at the end of the day, it's still done everything you wanted to do, carried everything you needed it to carry.
I haven't been precious with it either.
No.
I've used it how I think the average person would use their gear.
We can see that.
And you can see that, right? And over a year down the track, and it's still
solid as
mate.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love it. It's got a few things. It has a few extra things like the saddle boxes, just for extra, like carrying solvents and cleaning things and whatnot in this one. Air compressor in this one. And then another fuel filler point and jack carrying box on the other one, and just random stuff on the other side. That's about it for this one. So the drawers themselves are pretty substantial on mine, at least. It's super unkept and super messy at the moment.
And they're lightweight aluminium construction, which is a big thing with these canopies. We have no steel draw runner running down the side here. It runs on a polypropylene slide that you just every once in a while you put a little, there you go, little bit of lube on it, and it slides perfectly. If Grant gives us a little demo, that's got a lot of tools in there, and like he's doing that with one hand.
Yeah.
But I guess at the end of the day, like this is going back into my background when I used to build stuff like this. You put a slide on these on either side. You put in like a 225 or a 125 kilo rated slide at 1.5 meters roughly, or 1.3 to 1.5 meters. You're looking at 12 to 15 kilos
yeah.
per one. So like, and what do you got in this? You got 3 drawers?
4 drawers.
4 drawers. So that's what, 40, about 52 kilos just in the slides. Like, and you see some of those canopies out there that have got 20 plus drawers.
20 drawers and then like drawer slides here on the boxes as well.
Like imagine the weight just in their slides,
I know.
which the general person doesn't realise. And that's the awesome thing about Concept is they've taken the knowledge because they tour themselves, they travel, they tour, they do everything.
They know what they're talking about.
And they've been around for that bloody long, that their canopies have been around for that long, that they take the knowledge of making lightweight, strong construction, however, being as lightweight as possible.
Yeah.
And those slides, for instance, also are a couple of $100. So you're not just saving weight, you're saving money in the end. Yeah, you're saving a couple of $100 in slides.
Yeah, we need to save some millar.
And time and labour and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, there's very many positives to do with that.
So when you go and see Concept, because inevitably you will after seeing what these look like, you'll realise that you don't have to necessarily spend the big bucks. Like they'll do whatever your budget can allow. So I had a pretty limited budget. I wanted a pretty simple, straightforward canopy, and that's exactly what we got. But the best thing about it is that you can build on basic. So if you go the full 9 yards and you're like me and you haven't had a canopy before and you don't really know what you want, you had that experience before you built it, so you knew exactly what you wanted and you got exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, but as you said, like this from here, you can actually build to it. You can add to it.
Yep.
Like it's not hard to chuck the insole in now, carpet it up, and it looks brand new almost again.
Yeah.
And then if you want to chuck the extra power and everything like that, it's easy. It's really easy to work with and add things to it. That's another positive, I suppose.
That's what I love about it. And if you hear the word no from them, it's for a very good reason.
It's either you probably can't do it, they can't get it because there's no stock, or it's unsafe.
Yeah. That's the only times that I've heard no from them.
Because I got one no, and it was just unsafe because I wanted to run power for a multi. We'll show you when we go have a look at my kitchen. I wanted to run power through it, and it's probably not the safest option.
So we can show you our kitchen. It's let's just quickly just show you that.
Yeah.
So you have something to compare.
Jump to the other side.
That's right, you're fine.
Yeah, dog food. This is real life, right? We're traveling full time. There's going to be crap all over the shop. But anyway, so it's got the table, drawer, the pantry. It comes out to there. It's pretty stable, right? So that's our basic kitchen, and that works really well. We've had a cooker here. We've put our camera up there. We've filmed what we're doing. We've got all the other stuff in here, which is usually it's a lot cleaner in here when we're camping out of it. But it's just a lot of random poo-poo in there. Anyway, so that's it. We already had that fridge, so we just went in there. So we don't use a fridge necessarily. We use the fridge as a freezer. We've got the fridge and everything, little fresh produce in the van. This is just surplus, so we didn't see the point at the time, and we didn't have it in our budget to buy an upright. So hopefully we get a new van, there might be an extra freezer slide drawer thing. We might go an upright, we don't know. But there's 4 drawers, extra shelving, and this massive payload area. It works quite well for what we've done, but we're going to change it up a little bit. We've learned some things, and also a bit of your fault because
not my fault.
your setup, because you knew what you were talking about straight off the bat. I didn't, and then I've seen yours and went, an ice machine would be pretty good.
But like after, I'm like, what? We've been traveling together now on and off for like a couple of weeks, and I suppose in that couple of weeks, how easy does that make life, what we've got in ours?
100%.
Whether we're sitting there with the boys or everyone drinking and we want ice continuously because we're drinking probably a bit too much, sheepdog.
Oh.
Or whether we're like last night making brisket burgers and we've got the smoker running off it, we've got waffle makers for burgers, and then when we need to heat everything back up, we've got the air fryer / warmer. Like,
that's right.
It makes life easy. So
this is the bottom end of the spectrum, okay?
I'd like to note too that you're calling this the bottom end of the spectrum. However, this is, in a lot of the other canopies on the market, the standard and the only kitchen you can get.
Yeah, right.
Like my last 2 canopies, that was all I was allowed. Exactly what you just showed.
That's it.
Yeah, well, and I didn't get 2 drawers here. I was only allowed 1. So
allowed.
1 drawer.
Only allowed?
Well, that's all they'd do.
When you're paying, geez, okay.
Yeah. So I was only allowed 1 drawer with a pull-out table. And that was both my last canopies. So
this is a
you can call it basic, but that's actually quite standard in the canopy building, whatever you'd call it.
So this is a good starting point. So if you don't see yourself getting all the bells and whistles or extra things, and you just want something simple, this is a pretty good layout to start with.
To be honest, if I wasn't traveling full time with kids and everything like that, I'd have this. Yeah. Because I love this.
Yeah.
This area, I love that. I don't have that.
It's more utilitarian, isn't it? So
it's more of like a tradie spec / weekender / all the kind of realms. Yeah. Like you can still tour full time with it, don't get me wrong. You've perfect example. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a really well built one for
very well built
for using around a lot of different assets.
Full transparency, this canopy cost us just under $40,000.
So yes, we have both paid for them. There's no free advertisement or anything like that. Before you jump on and go, you're using this as a marketing ploy.
No.
I spent just under 80 on mine. So So
it's just a good example of the two sides of the coin. You can spend more money and get more things for it, or if you just want simple stuff, well, this is an example. We're just showing you what we've got for those examples.
Those other canopy ones on the market that do a very similar system to this are actually another 10 to 20 grand more.
Yeah, right.
And they're also another 100 to 200 kilos heavier. That's probably why you're paying the 10 to 20 grand. But anyway. And then you've got the other canopy ones on the market too that you pay 100, 120, 130 grand, which I just think is just crazy.
We need a bit more time on yours, I think.
Mine is a little bit more bougie, as you call it.
It's far more bougie. So let's head over to yours and have a look, eh?
All right, let's head that way. She's a bit messy because, once again, we are travelling full-time and we're doing stuff.
Reality.
So this is all our filming gear and charging bay. There's usually a pram up in there. But, yeah, this is the nicer end of it, I suppose, when you get everything carpeted. I like it. I like carpet. It's just a me thing. I hate stuff sliding and banging. What else should we talk about? I've got fishing rod racks.
Well, the custom things. Let's talk about these quickly. So you've had these made.
Yeah, so I did something similar. I personally made something similar in my last canopy, and I absolutely loved it because I'm big into my fishing, as you can see, and I hate it when rods bounce around and break and everything like that. So as you can see, that rod's actually moving the bracket holding it. It's not moving during transport. And then I've got my big ones down in here, my 12-foot beach rods, which is awesome.
So another point of difference too with the concept canopies is they make their own boat motor loaders.
Oh, that was
one of the reasons why you bought it, eh?
It was another reason, because I had the Almac in my last one, and I'd have to like strap the head against the back wall and stick cushions in there because it would move during transport, because it was extrusion on extrusion on extrusion on extrusion. I think it was 4 layers of extrusion, because that's how they got their movement out. It's either 3 or 4 layers, which, don't get me wrong, it's still a good product.
They come out to about here, right?
Yeah, it's still lasted all the Cape York and everything I've done.
They're well built.
But look at this thing. Like, I'm hitting that and it's not moving. Like, I might even damage the motor doing that. But yeah, like, it doesn't move. It's absolutely crazy. And then, yeah, you undo that strap, and because of the pivot point and the leverage effect, it just lifts up, you slide it out, and then you put a bit of weight on it, comes down, done. Easy as. I find it simpler, easier, and lighter than the last one.
Less likely to, I mean, there's less to go wrong with them too.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I actually had a couple of things go wrong on the other one, and I had to grease parts, and I had like there's a locking pin and a little tab, and I had that snap off on me on the corrugations, and yeah, where this is all hard mounted down, and yeah, it's good to go. Yeah, there's not too much on this side. Like, mine's a little bit different here. I've got the insulation, 10mm insulation on the other side of that carpet. I've got lights. I've got a big battery up there, as you can see. Behind that box there, you've got all the charging systems and everything with fans to cool it down. Once again, like, I went to Concept and I said, guys, I want dual DCs. I want this. I want that. I want it all up there out of the way. But I want it easy accessible. And I want fans to cool it down. Like, I want. And they're like, okay, we'll do it.
And you got.
Exactly. Cost me a little bit, but I got it. But it still costs a lot less than some of them. But let's head back this way. We'll go this way, yeah, and we'll head around to the other side to the kitchen. So this is actually a really perfect time to be showing off the kitchen, because we don't just have a kitchen going. We've got a smoker going in the background with dinner that's completely powered and everything off here. It just, yeah, I suppose that this adds to the bougie. But yeah, okay, I'll close this up just to show. I won't close it up too far.
Yeah.
So that usually goes all the way in, and then yeah, it slides out, which gives us our full DeLonghi coffee machine, our ice machine, and up here a 10-in-1 Breville, which just makes life traveling easy.
It's a Swiss Army knife, isn't it?
I'll quickly actually close this so you can see what it looks like and how easy the function is. So that's all in there when you're traveling. Easy as. And yeah, you just undo the lock. This is the only part that has slides, mind you, on the Canopy and that. So the heavy parts do have slides. You slide that out. Drop this, locks into a stainless steel bracket, and we have double induction. So once again, this was designed, as I said, around us being able to cook outside, and not have to wake up the little man when he's sleeping or whatnot, and us to be able to have everything out here. We've got the upright, we've got inverter, we've got switching, we've got power management.
Sort of built for me too, eh? It's the right height.
Yeah.
The right height.
Yeah.
Everything's just there.
Maybe you have to do this in yours.
Well, maybe. Bit of work to do before I do that, but that's okay.
Yeah. But this still shows you that you can have bougie and have all the accessories and be within weight if you go to a decent canopy builder.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you can get this in some of the other canopy manufacturers, but the weight is...
The weight's going to be through the roof, and the price is going to be there too. So
some builds you do spend a bit of money. However, this is our home.
That's right. I mean, it's all relative too. If you're owning something like this for 4 weeks away every year, I mean, good for you.
I wouldn't do it.
But
I'd have a D-Max and a Jayco.
100%. But like, if these are our homes on wheels, and we're traveling around the country
and
with
our
them,
offices and
everything else.
Yeah, they're everything to us. Yeah. So it's a bit different.
You can justify it pretty easily by doing it. And more importantly, we're comfortable and we're safe doing it because of it.
And we're within our weights, and our rigs are still heavier than our vans, and there's plenty of reasons to go this way. I guess it just depends on the budget and everything.
Look, it's not for everyone.
No,
though.
100%.
Like, don't take this as us saying, hey, look at us. That's not what we're doing. There are people out there and we've met so many of them that want to know more about them and what the appeal is. Well, that's our experience. The appeal is this: you can carry more stuff, you can do it comfortably, you can do it safely, and these are the things that come along with it. You can have some creature comforts. You can have your Swiss Army knife oven that does 10,000 things all in one. You can have your ice machine. You can have your bougie kitchen. You can carry your boat and everything else with you.
Yeah. And you just want to bowl the sheepdog.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Yeah, we'll have to top up on that one.
Yeah, well, lucky it's last night off grid. We're heading back to civilization tomorrow, so I think
a case.
Yeah, I think there's
we go in there.
Yeah. We might have to start hitting up sheepdog for sponsorship. I think so. I love that stuff.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's pretty much where our canopies are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Without going into the boat loaders are both Almac, and both of them are made specifically for the boats that we carry. So I have the 376 Mako Craft Topper Tracker,
and I have the 37 Explorer Outback. So I have a wider boat. So my Almac was made wider and with a heavier winch because it's a heavier boat.
Yeah.
We kind of went off on a little tangent talking about canopies and that, but at the end of the day, we just wanted to show you what you can get for two price ranges. Safely stay within weights with everything you want. Yeah, I don't want to badmouth the other ones too much because they're not bad products by any means.
Especially for different intense purposes, because a lot of the other canopy makers are, I reckon, spectacular for different modes of traveling, for tradies,
lift-off abilities. Even all the canopies I've had would have been awesome if I didn't have a tinny and an Almac and everything. But like to do with weights, I'm saying, because that up there adds about 160, 170 kilos for me.
Another thing that I'll point out too is that we ran into a bunch of people that say farmers, for example. They've got like a GMC or a Ram or a Chevy, and they've gotten the lift-off canopies because they can then ride it off on tax as a work truck, because they can still use it as a work truck when it's not traveling.
Yeah, a lot of people
when they do travel, they then put the canopy back on. The downside is that like it's eating into your weights because it is heavy. You've got two things.
You can have about 280 kilos in the canopy, and you can have about 150 kilos in the tray.
That's right.
Yeah, so extra 150 kilos. I'd rather a box trailer, personally, but
but they set out the way that suit the drivers, and that's all you can ask for. We're going to do another one.
What else have we got?
In the next one, we're going to be covering
fuel economy. Oh, the myth. Our problems.
All right, so that'll be on your channel.
Yes.
So please hop over to Running a Ram. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us all out. And
don't forget the last two episodes. If this is the first one you're watching, this is actually part 3. So there's 2 more. There's one more on this channel and one more on my channel. So check out both channels, all the episodes. And it won't be just covering that. It'll be covering whatever other questions we get in the meantime on these episodes. So hopefully there'll be a couple more there, and you never know, we might even have Lenny yelling in the background again. and Baxter. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Don't forget, next episode coming out in another week or 2.
Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers.